to the Captain America the Winter Soldier review. In case you need a quick refresh, in Captain America the First Avenger, we saw Steve Rogers, played by Chris Evans, unfit for military service, in which he volunteered for a top-secret research project that turned him into Captain America. After the experiment, Red Skull assassinated the doctor who spearheaded the experiment, Dr. Erskine, and Captain America was on a mission to find Red Skull and destroy him. Okay, 3 years later, in real time, we have Captain America the Winter Soldier. Modern time. Steve Rogers struggles to embrace his role in the modern world. He thought he was fighting for freedom, but things have taken a turn in the 21st century. Of course, Chris Evans reprises his role as Captain America, and we see familiar faces in Black Widow, played by Scarlett Johansson, Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, and Kobe Smulders as Maria Hill. It was certainly nice to see a different side of Steve Rogers in the second installment. We see him as a scrawny guy who hated rejection in the first film, who then turned into this buff, powerful human being, and now he's a crybaby who doesn't know what to do with his life while being so powerful. Okay, kidding aside, I enjoyed the life cycle. The main newcomer to the series is Anthony Mackie as Sam Wilson, also known as Falcon. I thought he was great, but then again I love him in general. I'll never forget how funny he was in Pain and Gain. Other few notable actors were Frank Grillo, who I also love. He played Brock Rumlow, who was working for the S.H.I.E.L.D. Robert Redford was Alexander Pierce, also working for the S.H.I.E.L.D., and I thought he did a great job. Oh, and how could I forget the great Canadian UFC fighter Georges St. Pierre. GSP had an important role in the beginning as he played an Algerian pirate known as Georges Batroc. Of course, we got to see his kickboxing skills front and center, and for me personally, I thought it was really cool, but maybe a little cheesy, depending what way you look at it. But Captain America's final move in the film was definitely pulled out of St. Pierre's submission playbook. GSP most definitely taught Chris Evans how to pull that off. So now you're probably thinking two things. One, what about the Winter Soldier? And two, who did Stan Lee play this time around? Well, I'll start with number two. Stan Lee played as a museum security guard. To be more specific, the Smithsonian security guard. He always has great one-liners, but I thought this time around it was some of his best work to date. Alright, the Winter Soldier. I don't have too much to say about him. I won't spoil anything for you. But his strength matches or even exceeds that of Captain America. So the fight scenes were definitely interesting to see how Captain America would defeat the Winter Soldier. The second and last thing I want to say about the Winter Soldier is keep your mask on at all costs. That might have been a small spoiler, but I'm not saying anything else. Seriously, bad guys who have masks look way more badass. I mean, imagine if Bane had his mask off. I don't know about you, but then I would just see Tom Hardy, and then more specifically, imagine Tom Hardy in This Means War. I'm not kidding you when I say this, but it seemed like there was more action than talking. No joke. It might not be true, but for almost a 2.5 hour film, it certainly didn't feel like it, and I was certainly never bored. The action in it comes to no surprise. It's a Marvel film, but the intensity of each scene was impeccable. Overall, the action is probably one of the best out of all the Marvel films. The CGI was great, as it should be when you have a budget that is over $150 million. There was one scene where I thought the CGI was a little weak, and it was near the end with Falcon fighting off some bullets. The smoke and bullets looked cheaply done, but other than that, the CGI was well done. Overall, Captain America the Winter Soldier certainly tops the First Avenger in my books, and I believe it is one of the better Marvel films to this date. Everything just gelled together, and the storyline wasn't some hokey-pokey nonsense. There were some good cheap laughs too, but we have all come to expect that from Marvel films. A few things to note: there are no opening credits, which I thought was really cool. It always sucks, especially when films have a great action scene in the beginning to get you pumped up, to all of a sudden really killing that excitement with opening credits. Also, again, this should not come at any surprise to you, but wait till after the closing credits. There will always be something at the end of a Marvel film, and there is certainly something after this. Well, there you have it, everyone. That's your Captain America the Winter Soldier review. One last note that I wanted to mention: I'm extremely close to 100 subscribers, and I can't thank you all for subscribing and watching my videos. Whether it's my movie reviews, my Big Brother Canada recaps, Amazing Race recaps, or the one How to Play Watch Dogs app review. Big thanks go out to all of you. With that being said, once I hit 100 subscribers, I will have something to share with all of you. So, if you have been watching my stuff and haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do it now. If you enjoyed my review, click the thumbs up below. If you have something to say, let me know. And well, you know what I say next, but I already bugged you about it, so talk to you all next time.